Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be tier ranking all the books I read in 2023. So I read 56 books in 2023 and I'm going to be ranking all of them. And I'm just gonna quickly go over the books because if I go in depth about my opinion for all of them, this video will literally be so long. So this is the tier list. I have 6 tiers. The first tier is these books own me. These are my all-time favorites, my 6 stars. They literally own my heart and my soul, and I'll read them over and over, and I have so much love for them. And the second tier is love, love, love. So these are books that I absolutely adored. They just aren't on that top tier. Then the next tier is didn't love but would recommend. These are books that I didn't really like, but I feel like other people will like. The next tier is could have been better. So these are just books that were just mid, they were all right. They could have had a little something more, but they were still pretty good. And the next tier is I read this. So these are books that I totally forgot I read because they're just irrelevant, or it's super bad that I just blocked it out of my memory. And then the last tier is the barf emoji next, because ew, next please. These are just the worst books I read. So these are my tiers, and these are all the books I read. Okay guys, so I just organized all the books so that's in the order that I read them. So the first book I read this year was Before We Were Strangers. I loved this book so much. It's so cute. It's like second chance romance. It's just so adorable. I thought it was so cute, and it was a little bit sad, but I did love it. So I'll put it in the love, love, love because it's not like one of my top books. Next is Carval by Stephanie Garber. This book, you guys, this book is one of my absolute faves. It's my favorite of the whole entire series. I love Julian and Scarlett so much, so this is definitely going in these books on my heart because this book, I think about this book all the time. It's constantly in my brain. I don't know why my hair is being weird, but the next book I read is Heartless by Marissa Meyer. So this is a origin story for the Queen of Hearts. It's super sad, so if you want to read it, just know it's sad, but it was so good. Let me tell you, it was so good. It literally owns me. Kath and Jess, they're just the it couple. They own me. I just love them so much. The next book I read is Scarred by Emily McIntyre. This is the second book in the Never After series. I love this book so much. I feel like it's so underrated. I never hear anyone talk about it. I hear stuff about Hooked, which is the first book, but no one ever talks about the other ones. Scarred is so good. It is a Lion King retelling, reimagined, but it's so good. I definitely recommend. Next is Addicted to You. I love this book so much. It's not one of my top faves, but I'm sure that I'll like the other books in the series because everyone just raves about it. I just hear such amazing things about the Addicted Calloway sister series, so I still need to read those books. But I loved Addicted to You so much. Lily and Lo are so cute, so adorable. Next, I read Broken Juliet. This is the second book in the Star-Crossed series. I didn't love it. It could have been better. I don't know which category to put it because this is the second book and it's second chance, but this book just felt super extended, stretched out for no reason. I recommend this series. It's just super stretched out, so I'll put didn't love but would recommend because I definitely think you guys should read the Star-Crossed series if you haven't. I hear nobody talk about this, but I really enjoyed it. It's just super stretched out. It's 2 books, but it's cut in half. So it's still pretty good though. I definitely recommend it. The next book is City of Bones. This is the first book in the Mortal Instruments series. I did not love this, but I recommend it. I just got bored a little bit in the middle part. It wasn't bad. I just got a little bit bored. I think it's just because not a lot of action was happening, but I heard that the rest of the series has a lot more drama and action, so I'll probably continue it. Next is my favorite, the Royal Elite series. This is one of my top favorite series ever. But first is Cruel King. Technically it's not part of the series. It's before Royal Elite series, but I still count it. This book owns my heart. Levi and Astrid, they are my faves. I love them so much. Then is Deviant King, Love, Love, Love. This is Aiden and Nessa's first book. Next is Steel Princess, also love, love, love because also Aiden and Elsa's book. And then Twisted Kingdom is also their book. To be honest, they weren't my fave couple, but I still did enjoy their story. Like, the plot twists were just crazy. So if you don't know, the Royal Elite series are interconnected standalones, but Aiden and I also have 3 books, but the other ones are standalones. It's all this friend group in this high school, and it's just like them finding love, you know. But all the books have like some sort of mystery aspect to it that like keeps you on the edge of your seat, so it's just so good. Next is Consider Me by Becca Mack. This is a hockey book. So I like rated this like 5 stars when I read it. I read this back in the summer, and now that I think about it, it could have been better. It was stretched out. It was kind of cringe. I liked that it was kind of cringe, because like sometimes cringe is good, but for some reason now that I think about it, I don't really remember like good things about this book. It was just super fluffy. Like, there was just nothing really going on for a while. I hear such good things about it, and I actually do love the book. It's just, I think it could have been better. Next is Black Knight. This is part of the Royal Elite series. This is Kimberly and Xander's book. I'm giving this love because I love the story, but so many people hate on this book and hate on this couple. But Kimberly, she's like one of my favorite ever book girls, so she has my heart, but Xander not so much. That's why it's in the love. It was a little strange. The book was strange, but I still think it was really good. Next is Ruthless Empire. This book owns my heart. This is Rowan and Teal, and I love them so much. You have to like read the series. Next is Ruthless Empire. This is Cole and Silver. It wasn't my favorite book. I feel like it was more mundane compared to the other ones. Like, it wasn't as dramatic, but I still enjoyed it. Next is the Mind F series. Also one of my favorite series ever. If you have not read it, you have to. It's technically 5 separate books, but there's a bind up of all 5 together because they're all like 100 pages long. It's kind of just like a 500-page book. I'm gonna put all of them in these books on my heart because they do. I think about Lana and Logan every day. Like, Lana is such a girl boss. I love Lana so much. She deserves the world. And this series was just so action-packed and like so much drama, and it was just so interesting, and it kept my attention, and it's just so good. So it's basically like this serial killer. She falls in love with the FBI agent that's in charge of the case for the serial killer. So super interesting. Next, it's Not Summer Without You. Sometimes I forget I read this, so this is going in. I read this because honestly it was trash. Like, the show did it a lot better because literally nothing was going on in that book. It was like a waste of my time. Okay, next, Cold Tea. Oh my gosh, this book owns my heart. I love Mariana Zapata's books so much. Like, you don't understand. Her books are just top tier, and Cold Tea, I just love it. It's a soccer book. It's like assistant coach and one of the soccer players, but I love it so much. You have to read it. It's slow burn, and I just love it. I love all her books. It's just so good. Next is Shadow Me. So this is a novella in Shatter Me series, and honestly everyone says that this is their like one of their favorite books of the series, but I did not love it. It was kind of boring to me. I think it's just because it's a novella. I didn't get like a lot of stuff happening, so I got kind of bored. But I loved reading in Kenji's point of view. Like, I thought that was interesting. I just got a little bit bored because like nothing was really happening. But I do recommend it. I just got a little bored. I get bored easily. That's like my problem. So I do recommend it to other people. Okay, next is Legendary. This is the second book in the Carval series. I'm putting this in love because I do love this book. Like, Legendary was really good, but it will never ever take Carval's spot in my heart because Carval is just number 1 for me. It's just number 1. People like Legendary better, and honestly I respect their opinion, but I disagree because as much as Tella and Dante are cute, Scarlett and Julian are for the win. So that's my reasoning. Next is If He Had Been With Me. So this, obviously, if you have not watched the video where I read this book, you would know that this book owns my heart, and I am so sorry for the person I'm gonna become on February 6th when the second book comes out. If only I had told her, I'm literally gonna buy that book right away and be in literal tears. Next, Finding 13 and Keeping 13. These are the first 2 books in the Boys of Tommen series. So I actually love these books so much. I don't know to put it if they own my heart or if I just love because I do love these books so much. Looking at the other books on these books on my heart list, you know what? I'll put it. They do on my heart. I love Johnny and Shannon so much. Shannon literally is the cutest. Love her. Love Johnny. So good. Okay, they deserve a top tier spot. Next is In 27 Days. I love this book so much. Like, you don't understand. It's like a really short book, but it has like an interesting premise. So basically, there's this girl and this guy, Hadley and Archer, I believe. I actually don't remember his name, but I'm just gonna say it's Archer. But basically, he he like offs himself, and then this Grim Reaper visits Hadley, and he's like, we can go back 27 days into the past and prevent him from offing himself. Basically, the 27 days represents like the 27 days it took for him to come to that decision of offing himself. I thought it was a really cute, which sounds weird saying that a book about a dude offing himself is cute, but I thought it was a really cute romance. Them coming together was such an adorable thing. The whole premise of it, like the Grim Reaper, you know, like her like traveling in the past, I just thought it was good. And the ending like totally shocked me, so you should definitely read it. It's a really short book, but I definitely recommend. Okay, next is Mile High. This is the first book in the Caught Up series. I didn't love this. I gave it 4 stars, but honestly, I didn't really connect with the characters. I didn't really love the book. I still liked it. I enjoyed it. I would recommend it. I thought it was cute, but I just don't think it's like one of my faves. I want to read the next book, which is The Right Move, because everyone says that one is really good, and the 3rd book just came out, which is Caught Up. Mile High just wasn't it for me, but I'm sure that other people are enjoying it. Next is Ricochet. This is the 2nd book in the Addicted series. I did not love this one, to be honest, because I don't know. I feel like we got very little of Lily and Lo. Honestly, I know it's a novella. It was only like a couple hundred pages. I just got so bored. Like, this took me forever to read, even though it's a novella. I don't know. It was just kind of boring to me. But I still love the series. Like, I've only read those 2 books, but I still love the series so much. It just got a little bit boring, but I definitely recommend. Next is Behind the Net. This is Love. It's such a cute, fluffy romance hockey book. It was just super cute. I definitely recommend. I'm sure you've heard stuff about it on like TikTok or Instagram, but I enjoyed it so much. It's just a super cute, comfy, cute read. Next is Flawless. To be honest, I gave this 4 stars, but now like looking back, I honestly did not really enjoy it that much. Like maybe 3 stars. I did not love it. I still like read it in 2-3 days. It was pretty enjoyable. I just didn't love it. I didn't really connect with Rhett, which is the guy character. I liked Summer, but I didn't really like Rhett at all. I want to continue the series, so I definitely recommend it though. Next, oh my gosh, is Stay With Me. If you have not read Stay With Me, you need to right now. Like, this series owns me. I have not read the 3rd one because I'm literally terrified, but it's so good. So basically, instead of going to prison, they go to like this like mental hospital, but they're not really mental. It's just like it's like the alternative prison. But basically, the girl Mia, she feels nothing. Like, she has no feeling because like all these traumatic experiences. And then the guy Ollie feels too much. Like, he feels everything, and it's just so cute. There's a lot of ups and downs. Like, it's such a roller coaster, but I definitely recommend it. It's so good. I love Ollie and Mia. Like, I never hear anyone talk about it, but it's just so good. Like, you need to read it. Like, if you're gonna read any books that I'm talking about, it has to be Stay With Me. Just, you have to. It's just so good. Next, Twisted Hate. You guys are probably gonna hate me for this, but I absolutely hated this book. I almost DNF'd it when I got 50% in because I was just hating it. I heard people like talking like bad about it before, but once I started reading it, I just did not feel a connection between Joss and Jules at all. Some people say that this is their favorite out of the series, but I just don't understand, and I just like forced myself to finish it because I have a problem DNFing books. I just did not enjoy a single moment. Like, every single moment I did not enjoy. Okay, maybe I enjoyed the first few chapters, but after that I was just done. I just couldn't. It was just so bad. I couldn't read it. Like, no words. I just can't. Next is Rule of the Kingdom. I love this. This is the prequel for the Kingdom Duet, which is connected to the Royal Elite series because it is Aiden's father. I enjoyed that series so much. Aurora and Jonathan are literally the cutest ever, okay? Like, I loved their story so much, and I feel like this is one of my favorite books from Unicant. I love that so much. Then I read the Royal Elite epilogue. This is a love for me. It was just like a wrap up, like a big fat epilogue for all the books in the Royal Elite series, and it has like all their point of views, and it was just super cute. I enjoyed it. It was a nice way to end the series. Then I read All the Lies and All the Truths, which is the Lies and Truths duet by Raina Kent. I also love these books so much. Raina and Asher are adorable. I love them. This book also has like a mystery aspect to it, so does the Kingdom duet, but these are just so good. I love Raina Kent's books so much. Next is Even When I'm Gone, which is the 2nd book in the Stay With Me series. This one had me bawling my eyes out, and I still haven't even read the 3rd book because I'm terrified, but I love the Stay With Me series so much, and you definitely need to read it. Next is Hunger Games. I'm gonna put it in love and not Own My Heart because, you know, no, I'm putting it on my heart. I love the Hunger Games. I read this for school, but I love the Hunger Games so much. Next is The Goal. I love this book. I feel like it was a nice addition to the Off-Campus series because all of the other books were like super dramatic. This one was just more low-key, you know? I just thought it was a good Black Cat Golden Retriever vibe, you know? I enjoyed it a lot. Next is The Charade. I did not love it, but I recommend it. It was kind of fast-paced, but at the same time stretched out. I don't know how to explain it. It was pretty good. It's fake dating, but I didn't did enjoy it. I don't hear anyone talk about it, but I do recommend it. It was pretty good. Next is Wildfire. This book I'm putting in love, love, love. I feel like this book is better than Icebreaker. Honestly, like I love Russ and Aurora way more than I love Nate and Stassi. Like I just love Wildfire so much. It was pretty good. I did enjoy it and I definitely recommend it. Next is Wretched. I love this book so much. This is the third book in the Never After series by Emily McIntyre. This one is a Wizard of Oz reimagined and it was so good. Like the twists were good. I love Emily McIntyre's book so much. Next is Yellow Thorns. Okay, so this is Rena Kent's, but honestly, it could have been better. It was a prequel. This was the prequel, but it could have been better. Next is Finale. Obviously, love, love, love. The third book in the Carvel series. Love that series. Next is Saving Six. I'm not gonna put this in This Book Owns My Heart because honestly, I love Joey and Eva a lot and I love their story. It just feels so stretched out because I haven't even read the second book, but they're just both so long. And I know Binding and Keeping 13 were long too, but that one was like in the span of like a couple years. Saving Six and Redeeming Six are literally like their whole entire life, and it's just really long for me, but I'm gonna get to Redeeming Six. Next is Daughter of the Pirate King. Could have been better. It was good. The Enemies to Lovers could have been better though. Like it wasn't really Enemies to Lovers, but that's how it's advertised. But I thought it was good. Next is Collide. I love this book. It's so cute. It's another hockey book. It's Black Cat Golden Retriever. Super cute. Love it. I really enjoyed it. I definitely recommend. I know it went kind of viral. I definitely recommend. It's really good. Next is The Housemaid. I don't know if I should put in love, love, love or didn't love, but would recommend. You know, I'll put in love, love, love. It was like the first like non-romance book I read this year. It was pretty good. It kept me on the edge of my seat. I basically read it overnight. The plot twist totally got me. Like I did not expect that at all. I do recommend it. Next is The Do-Over, which owns my heart. I love this book so much. Lynn Painter, I love you for writing all these amazing books. The Do-Over was just so cute. It's time loop where she relives Valentine's Day over and over, but I really enjoyed it. It was so good. And I love Emily and Nick's relationship. They're just so cute. Next is If We Were Villains. So I know I'm gonna get hated on for this because everyone loves this book. I just hated it. I couldn't. It took me over a year to read because I read like half of it and I just got so bored I couldn't continue. I finished in 2023. I was just like so bored with the book. I didn't really care who killed the person. I kind of expected that person who killed the person to be the person who killed the person. I don't know if that made sense, but I kind of suspected who the killer was. The middle part was just so boring. It was just so unnecessary. It was like the same thing over and over, like just them going to class, and it was just kind of boring because nothing was happening. I mean, if you like it, you do you. Next is Twilight. This book owns my heart. Love Twilight. Ella and Edward. I literally love the Twilight Saga. So good. Definitely recommend. I know it's kind of cringe, but I still love it. Next is Red Thorns. This is like the book after Yellow Thorns. This is like the actual first book of the Thorns duet. I'm also gonna put this in Could Have Been Better. I did not connect with this story or these characters. Like I just finished Blackthorns, which is the second book in the duet, and I gave them both 2 stars because I just really didn't connect with them. I felt like the story was kind of like similar to Raina and Asher's in the Lies and Truths duet. I didn't really feel the connection between them either. Those were the first books that I didn't really enjoy from Rena Kent, and I literally read like 15 books from her, so I think that says a lot. I love like all her books. Those are all the books that I read in 2023 tier ranked. I liked a lot of the books I read this year, which I'm happy about. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!